It's time to start the CRC Championship match. BDS is one of the top-ranked teams in Class D2, and they are tangling tonight with the 7th seed in the tournament, the Giltner Hornets, who have upset their way here to the finals. The York City Auditorium, a quick look at the bracket. Giltner took down Shelby Rising City and then Meridian in the semifinals to make their way to the championship. BDS with a win over Nebraska Lutheran and then Exeter Milligan to make their way into this championship match. And we are ready to go. It is BDS in the near side in the white and Giltner in the far side in the all black. And it's right out of the gate an ace serve for Taylor Sliva. Taylor is the 5'7" sophomore. We will hear plenty of Mariah, who is a 5'9" sophomore. I know they're identical, but they're 2 inches height and different. Giltner, their first attack, falls by the wayside, and it's a quick 2-0 BDS lead. The Eagles, Mudecus champions back in September. And for those of you in the southeastern part of the state, I apologize, they were runners-up to Diller-Odell, actually. Diller-Odell giving BDS one of their few losses on the year. Diller-Odell has only lost one time all year. And fantastic volleyball in that tournament. So BDS in this conference, they've been at the top, though. Defending champs in this tournament from a year ago. And, of course, defending state champs as well. Plenty of state champs have played on this floor, in this atmosphere, in this 7:30 game on a Tuesday night for a great number of years. Reagan Alfs is one of the big reasons why. 3-1 lead. Reagan had that serve. Giltner on the attack, far side. That was Regan Thompson, I believe. Now in the middle, that was Cassidy Tompkin with the tip. Alfs in the middle. She will set it for Mariah Sliva. And into the net was one of the Hornets. So a point BDS. Near side, big swing that time from 12. That was Chrysler, but the serve receive does land, or the attack receive does land back in, and a point for BDS. So the Eagles out to a quick 5-1 lead here in set number 1. Playing best of 5 for the CRC Championship tonight. Big swing, that one misses long, though, from Amanda Weisenhand. Timeout for Giltner. Coach Jeannie Good wants to talk things over. Lets us let you know that tonight's game is presented primarily by Cornerstone Bank, with a location near you. Probably the bank you should be using. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Also by Midland University. Ask about the new Striv scholarship. $2 million worth of it. Could be part of it, could be yours. Log on to striv.tv and search for Midland University. Also by Truck Center Companies, with locations here in York, also Lincoln, Omaha, Columbus, and Fremont. They have the trucks, they have the parts, they have the service to keep your operation up and going. Log on today. They also have great career opportunities, folks. Dieseltex.com and truckcentercompanies.com. 6-1 BDS on top here in set number 1. And another point. As a 7-1 start for the Eagles. Reagan Alfs drops another beauty of a serve, and it's an ace for BDS. Mentioned it during the previous game, but I can confirm that the giant red M&M has made the trip here to York. Last year it was a giraffe that came from a preseason trip to the Henry Doorly Zoo. This year there's a giant M&M. What will these Eagles come up with next? Macy Kamler pushes one to the back row. A punch back, but it misses wide. And even when it goes right for Giltner, it's going wrong. BDS is up 9-1 here in the opening set. Far side, big swing. That one will go down for the kill. Finally put one down there, did Weisenand. But a 9-2 start. And now a 10-2 start for BDS. Jennifer Holtzen, along with Mallory Dixon, into the game for BDS. Tompkin pushed that one over. Alfs will get an attack from the back row. Now Alfs will set. Kamler, Macy goes cross court, missed it wide though. Giltner with her third point of the set. On the near side, that was Jennifer Holtzen, and Jennifer gets it off the touch and out. Point BDS, 11-3 here in set number one.
Back serving for the Lady Eagles, number 32, Taryn Fiala.
Taryn Fiala, the libero, came in for that serve. Alfs will set it. Kamler on the attack over the top of the block. Eagles now control. Kamler will set it on the far side for Bolte. Hornets, can they get it back? They cannot. Bolte will get the kill. And 12-3, this all BDS here in set number one. And a point they're going to call the reach over there. Regular season winding down. Sub-districts and district play will begin next week. Of course, this is a change in the volleyball schedule at the NSAA level. Moved everything up 1 week. We still have the same number of weeks of volleyball, but volleyball practice started the same day, for instance, as football practice. So really, all of the fall sports started on the same day as Kamler gets the kill off the block attempt by Hannah Preisler and down again. So a move up in a week will put the state volleyball tournament the week of the, 7th, 8th, and 9th is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This one just punched around the net a few times, and then into the net it's hit by Sydney Jansen, and a point for BDS. And a double hit. That was an amazing serve right over the top of the net, but an even better return. Kamler, though, will have a chance. Good up by Tompkin. Giltner can play it on. Set it up. Kamler got it down. Boy, Macy Kamler put some English on that one. Spun the cue ball around the 6 and hit the 9 in the corner pocket on that. Oh, my. 17-4. We have seen really good teams in the CRC tournament for the longest time, really since the CRC tournament became the CRC tournament, really, right? Alf's stuff in the net. And you would probably want to start putting these BDS Eagles in the discussion of the best ever teams because, man, they are making this look way too easy. Up 18-4 and a timeout for the Giltner Hornets. We will step aside as well and come back to York City Auditorium. All BDS so far here in set number one, 18-4. They lead Giltner. Best out of 5 sets is what we're playing. Jordan Bolte on that serve for BDS. Giltner trying to get anything consistently going offensively. Got to play at the net, but into and then under the net goes Mariah Sliva. Couldn't quite get the footing as she landed on that one. Alfs will take the swing from the left. I don't think it ever cleared. Nope, into the net. And a point, Giltner. Good serve from Jansen. Eagles on the attack. Kamler, though, into the net. And then a serve from Jansen into the net. Gives BDS a 19-7 lead with Macy Kamler back to serve. Macy's one of those girls that, you know, she's a junior, and it feels like she's been in high school already for like 8 years. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When Fred Hoiberg was playing basketball at Iowa State, it felt like he was there for 8 years. And Julius Mikulik was his teammate, right? How do you forget that name? I don't. That's why I'm a broadcaster, because I don't forget that kind of name. 21-7. I digress. Kamler has not been in high school for 8 years. In fact, we'll still have one more after this. Alfs sets one over. A chance for Giltner. Alfs digs it up. Play at the net will fall on the BDS side, and a point for the Hornets. Kamler, a back set to the net for Sliva. Down it goes. Wow. Kamler goes backwards to Mariah, who gets it on the run and still puts it down. That's when you know the whole team is gelling and clicking, when you can get a set like that from the back row going forward and still get it on the run. On we play. This one pushed over the net by Bolte. A chance for Giltner. They go with a slide off the shoulder of Kamler. Can they keep it alive? They cannot. We will give the kill to Cassidy Tompkin of Giltner. Chrysler back to serve now for Giltner. That one, I don't know if she intended it to, but it went off the side of her hand and misfired wide. Now 23-9 here in set number one, and Reagan Alfs back to serve. Kaylee Knoll just checked into the front row for BDS. And gets a play at the net, does Kaylee, and promptly puts it down on the Giltner side for set point here in set one. Back set, not a good one, and that is your set. 25-9. BDS got out in front and just never looked back. It was 10-2 at one point, and it wouldn't even get much closer than that. So BDS takes set one, 25-9. We will come back to the York City Auditorium after this.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Pep bands are a huge part of the atmosphere of high school sports, folks. I hope they play again because I want to feature, I believe, the band representing BDS. So we're gonna take a listen to them here in just a minute. BDS, the volleyball team, dominated in set one, 25-9. Set one belonged to the BDS Eagles, 25-9. Hey, this might be also a good chance to talk about, did we mention the $2 million worth of Midland and Striv scholarship money? If you're a high school senior right now and you attend a Striv school, you could be in line for one of 25 scholarships to be issued for next year, or beginning next year, I should say, next fall. $20,000 a year. Renewable 4 years, so $80,000 total to go to Midland University. All you have to do, attend a Striv school, have a certain GPA, and be recommended by your Striv teacher. 25 recipients. That's $2 million worth of scholarship money just for attending a Striv school. Striv.tv has more information on the Striv and Midland scholarship. Set number 2 between BDS and Giltner for the CRC Championship. It starts now. Giltner on the serve. That was Hannah Preisler, puts a good one over. Mariah Sliva does get it at the back for point number 1. Kaylee Knoll into the front row for BDS. Reagan Alfs back to serve. Giltner will get it with Tompkin off the block and out of bounds. Point for Giltner. So back to serve for Giltner goes Amanda Weisenand. Giltner goes quick set. BDS ready for it. Quick set by Alfs. Giltner was not ready for it. 2-1 BDS. Eagles bringing in Jennifer Holtzen. And I think that was 26, right? Mallory Dixon comes back into the lineup. Mariah Sliva on that serve. Off the block and out of bounds. That's a good kill that time for Sydney Jansen of Giltner, 2-2. Cassidy Tompkin, 6-foot senior, on the serve now for Giltner. Drives one to the back, good one. And they will get a free ball for their efforts. In fact, they'll get a point out of it. Mariah Sliva does not keep it in bounds. And Giltner has their first lead of the match. Oh, Macy Kamler. Our line judge put up the flag in self-defense. That was coming so fast from Kamler. Macy ties it up at 3 apiece. Taryn Fiala on the serve, wearing the Liberos jersey with 32 tonight. Big swing for Peyton Honeycutt there, a 5'9 senior. And now they will go far side for Sydney Jansen. Played at the net, and a stuff for Sliva. That was Taylor that gets that block. And a 4-3 Eagle lead. Fiala to serve again, and missed that one just long, 4-4 now. Serve up that time by Christy Eastman. Sliva pushes it over. Far side blocked by Kamler and down. Point BDS 5-4. Bolte on the serve for the Eagles. That one shoved over and down by Jansen, tied up at 5. Cindy Jansen, all 3 of her got up and decided left. Bolte will set it for Alf's. Big swing through the block and down. The kill for Reagan Alfs. And you know the thing about Reagan, she gets so many opportunities as an attacker. She is just as adept at setting and passing. Really, truly a 6-rotation player for BDS, and will do exactly whatever is necessary at the time it is called for. Really a remarkable talent for the Eagles the last few years. There's Reagan. She will get another attempt. That time tips it over. Good dig, though, by the Hornets. That was Lacey Hoffman that kept that one alive. Now Sliva has it tipped back at her. Fiala keeps it alive. Now everybody's going, and Honeycutt finally gets the finish for Giltner. What a rally right there at the net, and Peyton Honeycutt finally gets the finishing point. Sydney Watson, the libero for Giltner. 5'3" junior on the serve, and it's a good one. BDS a little out of system. In fact, can't return it at all. An ace. And the Hornets back in front by 1. Again, this was quite the difference in set 1 when it was 25-9, and the start was 10-2 in favor of BDS. So Giltner has their feet under them now. A play at the net. Alfs wins it against Chrysler. 7-7 our score. Taylor Sliva, the 5'7" sophomore, back to serve for BDS. Big swing and through everybody. That was Cassidy Tompkin putting it down for the Hornets. Oh, great attempt by Hannah Preisler to keep that thing going, but couldn't quite keep it in play. So point BDS, we're tied up again at 8 with Alfs back to serve. And that one goes through the block and down. A good kill that time for Kaylee Ballard, a 5'9" senior. Took the swing at that one, and Giltner back in front by 1. Can the Hornets make a run, though, and gain a little separation? You know, that's got to happen at some point. Kept alive for a moment, but the kill goes down by Bolte, and just back and forth, 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. How we keep these serves going. Jennifer Holtzen, and along with Mallory Dixon, back into the lineup for BDS. Mariah Sliva on the serve. Kamler skies for one. Gets it over the top of the block. The other thing that makes BDS so difficult to defend in Class D2, when they get to the state tournament, they're playing 8, 9 girls on a regular rotation. You got fresher legs in the middle towards the end of a set than teams that only have a libero that rotates in for one girl in the back row. It's depth like you don't get to see very often in Class D2. So, yeah, these BDS Eagles, they're going to be fun to watch coming up as they get into November for sure. Good set over the top that time. Point for Chrysler and the Hornets. Tompkin on the serve now for Giltner. Kamler goes fastball swing, and it's lifted. Blocked initially by Honeycutt, but kind of pinned it against her body when she was trying to kick it back up there. They call her for the lift, and 12-10, BDS with a lead. Honeycutt's attack way too long, tried to go over the top. And now BDS has made the first little mini run of this set, leading now 13-10. This is 4 in a row for the Eagles. Fiala still on the serve. Chrysler takes the attack over the top of Kamler. Set it up. Bolte tips it cross court. Now a quick set. Sliva keeps it alive. Fiala will bump it over. Honeycutt in the middle. Tips it over the top of the block and gets it down. Well done by Peyton Honeycutt. Went with a changeup and finds the donut in the defense. Christy Eastman, 5'4" junior, back in the lineup and back to serve for Giltner. Kamler, huge swing. I don't know that was actually blocked. It went into the tape, rolled over and down, and no Hornet was able to get to it. Now a 3-point BDS lead. Bolte on the serve for the Eagles. Tip, Kamler brought it back on her own side of the net. Went up to tip it over and ended up having the hand at too sharp of an angle, brought it back on her own side for a point for Giltner. Macy will take a swing and get that to the stage. And Giltner is back within 1. 3 in a row here for the Hornets. Sydney Jansen on the serve. Alfs, I don't think that ever cleared the net. It did not, and now we are tied. 5 in a row here for Giltner to tie things up here in set number 2. Reminder, they lost set 1 25-9 and never looked at any point like they were in rhythm or in sorts at all in that set. But this second set, a completely different story. Honeycutt over the top. That was tipped, I do believe it was, and Giltner has come storming back to take the lead. 6 in a row for Giltner. Kamler, big swing, got that one down. Boy, she was high off the floor, was Macy Kamler. Great set. Allows a good athlete to get up and make that play. All square at 15. Opportunity for the Eagles. Bolte will set it. Alf's on the attack off the block. Kamler keeps it alive. Bolte goes back for Taylor Sliva. Kicked around. Bolte will push it back corner. Well done, BDS, to keep it going. Honeycutt now tries to push it over. She does, and gets it off the side of Kamler for the point. Giltner back in front by 1. Peyton Honeycutt has made some key plays for the Hornets so far in this set. Sydney Watson back to serve for the Hornets. Bolte bumps it over. Free ball here for the Hornets. Set it in the middle. Tompkin off the face of Fiala. They call a net violation on the Eagles. That was still in play off the face of Taryn Fiala, but a net violation called against BDS gives the point to Giltner, and now the Hornets have a 2-point lead. Watson again on the serve. Kamler from the back. In the middle, Tompkin blocked that time by the Sliva sisters, but Giltner plays it. On we go. Alfs, tip shot. Push it all the way to the back. Kamler somehow keeps that alive. Alfs will push it to the back. Watson gets it up. Kamler for Alfs. And Reagan pushes that one back corner for the point. Great rally, some really good moves on both sides of the net. BDS gets the finish from Alfs, and Taylor Sliva will serve. Eagles trailing by 1 here in set number 2. They lead the match 1-0. Now we've got quick sets galore. That one, though, does go down on the slide to Cassidy Tompkin. Giltner back by 2. Kaylee Ballard into the front row. Timeout, BDS. Eagles and Coach Carrie Jo Alfs want to talk things over. We'll step aside as well. Come back to York after this.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Timeout BDS after Giltner has taken an 18-16 lead here in set number 2. Hornets now again on the attack. Weisenand. Kamler will keep it alive. Taylor Sliva bumps it over. Miscommunication. Point BDS. Oh, on the back it was Preisler and Watson. You got it. No, you got it. No. The floor got it. Alfs back to serve. The Eagles trailing by 1. Back set, Weisenand. Kamler, she's been busy in that back row in this set. Big swing, and to the back it will go. The kill for Tompkin. 19-17. Mariah Sliva blocked that time. On we go. Bolte pushed that one over. Preisler taking that swing, and down it goes. 20-17. BDS hasn't dropped a set since they lost to Diller Odell in the Mudecas Championship. That was on September 19th. But in a little danger here in set 2 of the CRC Championship. Mariah Sliva gets a big stuff that time and brings the Eagles back within 2. Dixon along with Holtzen back in the lineup for BDS. Sliva will set it up. That was Kamler on the swing. She's back in the front row. Is Macy. Alfs will set her again. Kamler stuffs it through the block. BDS within 1. Mariah Sliva on the serve. Off the block and down. A point and the stuff for Mallory Dixon. And now BDS has tied it up. Timeout, Giltner. Woo, this is getting fun here in York. All tied up at 20, 3 in a row here for BDS to tie things up. Giltner is out of timeouts here at the end of set number 2. Mariah Sliva on the serve for the Eagles. Tompkin. Alfs pushes it back to the back row, but Watson gets there to keep it alive. Free ball, though. Well, not really free ball. Coming right back at you. And Preisler with an eliminator. Hannah Preisler on the overpass puts it right back on the Eagles' side. Giltner back in front by 1. Tompkin is in the back row and serving. Alfs for Kamler. Macy puts it down, tied at 21. Jordan Bolte back into the front row for BDS. Taryn Fiala into the back row and serving as well for the Eagles. Good serve by Fiala. Honeycutt with a tip. Alfs keeps it up though. Bolte left side. Punched back, that's out of bounds. Point BDS. Fiala back to serve once again. Preisler in the middle, never cleared the net. Oh boy, you feel like Giltner was in a great spot. They were up 21-20, but now trail 23-21. Fiala another good serve. Preisler in the middle, shoves it back row. Fiala keeps it up. Bolte on the attack. Kamler, now Alfs, now Kamler in the middle. Tipped at the net, Bolte keeps it alive. Sliva from the back row. Preisler left side. Bolte in the middle. Now play at the net. Point Giltner. Hornets back within 1. Boy, did they need that. Into the game and serving, Christy Eastman for Giltner. Kamler in the middle. Tompkin gets it up with one arm and then shoves it over to the back corner. One-hand quick set by Alves. Preisler into the block. Taylor Sleva, kept alive for a moment, but Honeycutt couldn't get it. Oh, boy, that would have been great by Honeycutt, but couldn't quite push it over. And now it is set point BDS. Jordan Bolte, the 5'5 junior, to serve it for the Eagles. Quick set. Oh, catches the back corner. What a move by Hannah Preisler. Giltner stays alive, but still set point number 2. Sydney Jansen on the serve, the senior for the Hornets. And Fiala just bumps it over. Free ball for Giltner. A chance to tie. Wisnand dug up by Fiala. Alves for the sets. Got it. Reagan Alves gets the finisher, and BDS survives a scare in set 2. Giltner got to take a little bit of confidence, though, from that set, but BDS still wins 25-23 and is now one set away from a CRC championship. We have got a timeout in York at the auditorium. We will come back after this.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
My compliments to the pep band for the Eagles tonight. They have been rocking the York City Auditorium. It is always great to come here. This is our fourth year broadcasting the volleyball finals, and it will be coming up in January, the 5th year that we have done the basketball finals. So looking forward to that on a Friday night in January when we open again the old weathered scrapbook. And know the stories that the floor in this auditorium could tell. I know there's been a lot of talk recently amongst the city of York as to what to do with the auditorium. It's not exactly the most efficient building, unfortunately, windows and HVAC systems and all that being considered. So what to do? But I can tell you this. For 5 years, I've been coming into this tournament and the basketball tournament, and I love every second of it. I hope things can get figured out and can continue on as they are. That would be awesome. Set number 3 between BDS and Giltner. for the CRC championship. Alfs gets the stuff, and the Eagles are on the board here in set 3. We mentioned it earlier, BDS has not dropped a set since they lost in straight sets to Diller Odell. That was on September 19th in the Mudecas finals. That was at SEC Beatrice. Big swing, big kill by Cassidy Tompkin. Ties things up here at 1 in set number 3. Back to serve goes Hannah Preisler for Giltner. What a stark contrast between set 1 that BDS took control of at 25-9. They were up 15-3 at one point in that set. And Giltner really never in that first set did the Hornets look like they had their feet under them. Not that they were making necessarily a ton of mistakes, just could not play anything, couldn't play a ball. And then in set 2, toe-to-toe with BDS the entire set before the Eagles make the run at the end to give themselves that win. But now here we are in set number 3, and it looks a lot like set number 2. Giltner making the plays, BDS making the mistakes right now. Big swing and another kill. Tompkin has come out strong here in set number 3 for Giltner, and the Hornets lead early 4-1. Long serve, though, by Hannah Preisler makes it 4-2. Taylor Sliva on that attack. Quick set from Preisler. Kamler has been all over in the back row. Sets 2 and 3 so far here. This one played at the net. Bolte keeps it up. Now we'll get the attack. Off the top of the block and good for the kill. That was Amanda Wisenand. 5-2, Giltner out front early. That one, though, misses badly in 5-3. Giltner still with the lead, but BDS and Mariah Sliva on the serve. Jennifer Holtzen along with Mallory Dixon back into the lineup, and then Sliva puts one into the net. So we trade service errors, and Giltner back in front by 3 with Cassidy Tompkin back to serve. Back row and into the net anyway. It was going to be a kill. It ends up being a net violation against BDS, and the Hornets are up 7-3 here in set number 3. Tompkin again on the serve. Kamler pushes it all the way back row. Just punched up in the air by Wisenand. Kept alive, but a point ultimately. 4 hits as that one went into the net for BDS. 7-4. BDS trailing. Taryn Fiala into the ball game and back to serve. Alfs and Kamler play catch. Kamler puts it over, and then we get a double hit. Miscommunication there. Preisler and Kaylee Ballard crash into each other, and Ballard ends up hitting it twice herself. Fiala, good strong serve again. Honeycutt takes the swing, never cleared the net though, and BDS is right back within 1. 4 in a row for the Eagles. Fiala on the serve for 3 of these. Missed it long. Boy, didn't miss that back edge by much. Point Giltner, though, puts them back in front by 2. Ballard on the serve. Off the block, out of bounds. Point BDS. Lacey Hoffman into the lineup for Giltner. Bolte on the serve for BDS. Honeycutt, good push to the back. Sliva does get it up, though. Alfs takes the big swing. Into the net was Giltner anyway. Point BDS. We're all tied up at 8. Played at the net. Alfs, then Kamler. And we're going to get 23. Kamler, they're going to call Kamler in the net. So a point for Giltner. Jansen on the serve for the Hornets. Good attack that time. Kamler got it to go, tied up at 9. Macy will go back to serve it now as well for the Eagles. Sydney Watson back into the back row as the libero for Giltner. Kamler drops that one nicely over the net. Honeycutt just pushes one over. Bolte, now Kamler. Near side, good tip shot. Bolte keeps it alive though. Fiala bumps it over and bumps it down. Fiala just keeping that alive. Bumped it over, found a gap in the defense, nobody home, and a BDS lead of 10-9. It's an 8-4 run right now for BDS. And now it's 9-4 as they get another one. Oh, that one missed. Some of these have been close, and some of these have been, well, not so close. Tompkin, great dig by Kamler to keep it alive. Alfs goes for the one-hand hook shot and cannot convert. And we are all square at 11. Watson still on the serve. Alfs in the middle. Through 2 Hornets and to the floor. Mallory Dixon back into the front row as Fiala comes out for the BDS lineup. This is Taylor Sliva to serve. Got to do what you got to do. Point BDS. Off the block, great attack. Tompkin didn't get it the first time, wanted it one more time, and that time she finished. Oh, that one touched on the back. Taylor Sliva might have been better off letting that one go, but got a fingertip on it. And now we're tied all up at 13 apiece. A game of runs volleyball is. Giltner has a couple in a row here. Can they make it 4 or 5 and get a little lead? Preisler bumps. Tompkin tips. Tompkin was into the net. Point BDS. Kaylee Knoll into the lineup for BDS. Reagan Alfs on the serve. Off the top, that one down. Mariah Sliva gets one over the top of the block. 15-13, BDS looking for a 3-set sweep of Giltner. After that first set, boy, it looked like maybe it was going to be a quick night after BDS won 25-9. Since then, though, Giltner has scratched and clawed right with the Eagles. Took them all the way down to the wire in set 2 before falling 25-23. And now we are just 1 point different here in set number 3. This set feels very much like set number 2. BDS, though, has the lead right now at 16-14. Remember, Giltner had a lead of 20-17 in set 2 before falling 25-23. Good attack over the tops. That was Sydney Jansen. Got up high to put that one down. 16-15 our score. Cassidy Tompkin back to serve for the Hornets. Alfs. Kamler. Tompkin. Honeycutt. Just missed it wide. Great idea. Had the back row running. Mariah Sliva wasn't going to get there, but Honeycutt missed that sideline just barely. Now 17-15 BDS. Mallory Dixon on the serve for the Eagles. Jansen, good dig there by Sliva. Bolte over the top. Well, Jordan Bolte, I think she's done that a few times in this set, in this game, really. Not necessarily a big swing every time, but her tip shots get returned out of bounds more often than not somehow. 18-15. Set 3, BDS already up 2-0. That one finds the line. Good swing by Sydney Jansen. A needed point for the Hornets. Kylie Bauer back to serve for Giltner. Pops one up. Fiala, Alfs. Bolte goes cross court. Missed everything that time, though. Point Giltner, and the Hornets are back within 1. Well, that was a rocket serve right over the top of the net, but handled by BDS. And then Kamler gets a rocket herself going right back over the top of the net. (19-17). BDS by 2. Bolte on the serve. And a big-time swing and a kill by Reagan Alfs, and it's now 20-17. BDS timeout. Giltner. Hornets want to think things over. Tonight's game and action from the CRC tournament brought to you by Cornerstone Bank.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Bolte on the serve for BDS. The Eagles are 5 away from a 3-set sweep of Giltner in the CRC championship. And now they're 4 away. Another kill for Reagan Alfs. Well, the marks of the best teams are the ones that could take the best shot from the opponent, maybe even not have their own best stuff, but still find a way to scratch a win out And BDS looks on their way to that right now, up by 5 here in set number 3. In set 1, it was all BDS at 25-9. In set 2, Giltner had the Eagles on the ropes, but the Eagles found a way to scratch out a 25-23 victory. Now we are here in set number 3, and for the good portion of this set, Giltner has been toe-to-toe again with the Eagles. But now here late, still a 4-point lead, as BDS, they had a 15-13 lead, and now the lead is 22-18. It's been close. It's been right there. Giltner hasn't been able to make the run to get over the top, though. This would be the time. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen right now. Kamler called for the lift there. That will help the Giltner cause. 22-19. BDS still with the lead, and Sydney Jansen back to serve for the Hornets. Kamler on the quick set, into the net though. Giltner within 2. BDS coach Carrie Jo Alves, you see her hollering out some instructions, likes the aggressive swing, just got to finish the action. Off the top of the net, rolling over and an ace for the Hornets of Giltner, who are within 1 at 22-21. Timeout BDS. My, how the tables have turned. That's 4 in a row for the Hornets. Earlier tonight, Meridian defeated Exeter Milligan 3-0. 25-18, 25-15, and 25-18. Meridian third place in the CRC tournament this year. And the last time we will see, at least in volleyball, Hallie Sabatka, she had a fantastic night. I was really poor on my counting, but I had at least 10 kills and 4 blocks in the ball game. A couple of aces in there as well. Josie Sabatka played in her last CRC volleyball tournament game. We'll see both of them playing basketball here when the Meridian Mustangs return back in January. And Striv will have live coverage of the final day. Remember, we start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and go till the whole championship thing is wrapped up. Third place girls, third place boys, championship girls, championship boys on that always lovely Friday in January. This here, though, is the championship of the volleyball tournament. BDS leads it 22-21 coming out of the timeout. And into the net again. We are all square at 21 apiece, at 22 apiece. Five in a row for Giltner. Jansen trying to keep things rolling. Kamler in the middle. Overpass, another chance for the Eagles. Alves will just shove it to the back row. An opportunity for the Hornets. Big run, tip. It hits the line. It's down for the point. Giltner takes the lead. This is 6 in a row, all total. Or 6 out of 7, I should say, right now for Giltner. BDS now in danger of dropping a set. Great dig to keep it alive. Honeycutt in the middle, finds a hole, and it's set point Giltner. Sydney Jansen will go back to serve, but a timeout first for BDS. The Eagles this year, they haven't dropped a set. I know we've said it. They haven't dropped a set since they lost to Diller Odell on September 19th. That was the night of the Mudecas championship game where they lost 2-0. Before that, they had lost to Cross County on the 10th in 3 sets and to Superior, who's near the top of the C2 charts, in 3 sets. By the way, Cross County 22-8. Superior is 24-2. Diller Odell is 28-1 on their season. At the time, Diller Odell had not dropped a set all season. They have since lost a game. Since then, though, BDS has been perfect set-wise. But in a world of hurt right now, trailing 24-22 in set number 3. The Hornets trying to scratch something out. Jansen on the serve, and it's a good one. BDS out of system. Kamler just shoves it over. An opportunity for the Hornets. Alfs keeps it alive. Reagan goes for herself. Tip shot. Bolte keeps it up. Sliva for Alfs. Goes down. BDS stays alive. Still set point for Giltner. Kamler on that serve. Tompkin. Kamler from the back row now. Alf's big swing. Into the nets. We are tied at 24. Bonus volleyball coming. Timeout, Giltner. Well, this is what championship matches are supposed to look like. Back and forth we go. Nobody has any timeouts left. We are tied at 24. Macy Kamler is serving for the Eagles. BDS a season point average of 46, which I'm pretty sure, and I will go back and look quick, but I'm pretty sure that puts them at the top of D2 as far as the playoff points. So no matter what tournament you're looking at the rest of the year, BDS is going to be seeded very well for that. But they're not worried about the rest of the year. They're not worried about sub-district or a district or, heaven forbid, anything that would happen in Lincoln in a couple of weeks. They're worried about what happens in the next 5 minutes as they are tied at 24 here in set number 3 with Giltner. Tompkin. Point BDS. And now it is set and match point BDS. Eagles were down 24-22. Jansen. Kamler keeps it alive. Alfs. Nope. They're going to call Bolte for the double hit. On we will play, tied at 25. Kamler from the back row. Missed it long. Set point, Giltner. Hornet fans on their feet on the near side. To the right of your screen. Sydney Watson on the serve. Alfs. Missed it long. Touch. They're going to confer. They're going to look. BDS says touch. Officials all are saying no touch. The point in the set to Giltner. (27-25). We will go to the fourth after this.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Okay, set 4 coming at you. BDS and Giltner. The Eagles just dropped their first set September 19th. And now the Giltner Hornets will try to force this thing to a 5th set, and they will start things off with the serve on the near side of Hannah Preisler. 5'5" senior, and she starts things off with an ace. Again, if you joined us late, set 1, BDS won 25-9. Nothing the BDS Eagles did was wrong. Nothing the Giltner Hornets did was right. In set 2, things changed. Giltner had BDS in a good spot, leading, actually, Giltner did 21-20 late in the set before BDS would win it 25-23. Set 3 went back and forth, and Giltner, when it looked like BDS was going to make the comeback complete, Giltner ends up scoring the last 3 of the set to win 27-25. It has been an exciting and fun match since. And we are now tied at 2 here in set number 4. Amanda Wisenand back to serve for the Hornets. Alfs just tips it over. Tompkin into the net or the BDS Eagles. Point Giltner. Bolte stuffed at the net. Tompkin was there along with Ballard. 4-2. Giltner on top. Bolte, big swing, got stuffed that time. Sleva will take the tip shot. Preisler sets it up for Tompkin. Sleva another attack, good dig by Watson. Jansen on the attack. Bolte again. And that time a little miscommunication. Point BDS. I mean, I just can't quite get over the night and day difference between set 1. Giltner looked like they were still on the bus. And set 2 and 3, set 3 resulted in a victory. They have just looked like a completely different team. That one catches the end line for Macy Kamler, and we're all tied up at 4 apiece. Off the top of the net, on we play. Jansen gets it down. Sydney Jansen put that one to the back row, and Taylor Sleva couldn't come up with it. 5-4 Giltner here in the early going of set 4. Kamler, big swing, and a net violation anyway on Giltner. Well, it was a kill or a net violation. If you're Giltner, you were going to lose the point either way. Taryn Fiala on the serve. Kamler gets way up there and tips a kill over the net, and good. Play at the net, and we're going to get a point BDS. Yeah, in the net was Giltner there. I think they had a couple of girls under there. Fiala drives one over the top. Bolte nearly puts it right back down, but Preisler keeps it alive. Kamler on the back set. No, out. Initially called in, but it was out. That was a fastball coming right at you. So good job by the official, the line judge back there, to initially call in, but immediately change your mind. I think that was the right call on it being out and long. So 7-6 and 8-6 BDS. Jordan Bolte back to serve for the Eagles. Kamler over the top, got it down. I tell you what, that high set from Alfs to Kamler, that timing has to be really good, because Macy's a great athlete, but she can only hang for so long. But, man, she has been hanging well in this set. She's got a couple of those drops over the top of everybody throughout the night, and now a 10-6 lead for BDS and a timeout for Giltner. So an early timeout for the Hornets. Still playing to 25. We'll take a break, and we'll come back to the York City Auditorium.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
(10-6) our score. BDS with a lead. Eagles on the serve. Fiala keeps it alive momentarily. The Eagles are going to get a play anyway. Hornets will control. Honeycutt in the middle, puts it down for the Hornets. Peyton Honeycutt, 5'9" senior, has played well in the match. 10-7, BDS on top. Alfs from the left side, off the top of the net and out. It was touched, though, by Giltner. Point BDS. It got into the tape and actually rolled over the top of the tape and then went off a Hornet fingernail. And that's off the top of three different Eagles on the kill that time by Wisnand. Again, we're in set 4, so still playing all the way to 25. The sprint to 15 would only be, if necessary, in set 5. Alfs in the middle. Tompkin, tip shot. Alfs tips it right back and puts it down. I don't know if you call that a block or a kill, or I'm not keeping that kind of a stat. I just know that it's 12-8 BDS. Taylor Sliva now on the serve for the Eagles. And it's an ace. Sydney Jansen couldn't get up to it. Tried the roll shot, couldn't get it. That was an overpass. That is a kill. That I know. From Reagan Alfs. That will make you think twice about coming charging at the net too, won't it? Taylor Sliva still on the serve. 14-8. And a big-time swing by Tompkin, a needed point for the Giltner Hornets right there. Kaylee Ballard into the ball game. Up in the front row for Giltner. On the serve is Hannah Preisler. Kamler Tompkin finds another spot again. Boy, Cassidy Tompkin has been good in this third set. Might need a little more of her if you're the Giltner Hornets. Down still 14-10. Bolte, and now Kamler just bumps it over. Opportunity for Giltner. Wisnan takes the swing. Hey, everything's working all of a sudden. Giltner on the charge, down by 3. Off the ceiling, still in play. Bolte gets it over after Kamler kept it alive. Wisnan off the top of the block now. Mariah Sliva bumps it over. Another chance. Tompkin down again. Giltner has rattled off 6 of the last 7 serves. They trail by 2. Nearly an ace. Good dig on the serve receive by Sliva. Now Wisnan will bump it over. Opportunity BDS. Back set for Alfs. A little tip shot. And somehow after it got up by Wisnan, nobody was home for Giltner. And the Eagles are the first to 15. Alfs will go back to serve. As Taryn Fiala joins the fray at libero. Tompkin off the block. Another point for Cassidy Tompkin, who has gotten better as this match has gone on. She has been rock solid here in this 4th set. Amanda Wisnand in the back row to serve it for Giltner. Alfs will set it. Bolte on the swing. Got it through the block and down. Holtzen and Dixon come back into the lineup for BDS. Mariah Sliva on the serve. Big swing, great dig by Sliva after the big swing from Jansen. And then Kamler is stuffed by Tompkin. Boy, Cassidy Tompkin is playing very well right now for Giltner. Just needs a little bit of luck on the side of her teammates to really turn this 4th set around. Kamler, though, gets one through the block and down. BDS looking to close out in 4. They have dropped their first set since September in set number 3, but can still close out the match with a win in this set. And then Fiala puts one into the net. 17-15. BDS still with the lead, but on the serve for Giltner will go Kaylee Ballard. Oh, good night. The giant swing from Macy Kamler. John Baylor would call that a kaboom. Alfs pushes one to the back, gets it right back. Another opportunity for the Eagles. Alfs again, hits that one, touch. No. Point, Giltner. (18-16). BDS with the lead. Sydney Jansen on the serve for the Hornets. Good knuckleball that time. Kamler gets a run at it, but hits it off the net and then out of bounds. Was not touched by Hornet. Point, Giltner, back within 1. Jansen to serve again. Fiala, not a great pass, nobody home, an ace for Giltner, and the Hornets have tied it up at 18. Timeout BDS. Their first timeout of the set. We will step aside. Make sure you download that Striv app, will you? Coming out of the timeout for BDS, we're all squared up at 18 apiece, but Giltner on the run right now with Sydney Jansen at the serve. Alfs from the left side into the net, point Giltner, and the Hornets have the lead. Footwork just a little bit off for Reagan that time, and the Hornets have come all the way back. Trailed 10-6, took an early timeout. Still trailed 15-12, but have scratched their way back into this thing. And then Kamler gets a roll shot to go down. And now we're tied at 19. That was Kamler on the serve, but the attack coming from Wisnand. Alfs keeps it up. Oh, the officials just called 4 hits. It was not 4 hits. It was one in the back row. It was Alfs off the net, and then it was dug over by Bolte. The officials just missed one as they have given the point to Giltner. And then BDS is into the net. Hornet lead is 2. Boy, was that a big point there. Watson, good serve. Alfs on the attack, will tip it, get it down. BDS needed that one to steady the nerves a bit. Still trailing, though, by 1 here in set number 4. Taylor Sliva on the serve for the Eagles. Overpass. Alfs puts it down. We're tied at 21. Great serve by Sliva. Watson on the overpass, though. Had it go right to Alfs, and Reagan knows exactly what to do with those. Better pass to the front. Tompkin has been great in this set, and she comes through again. Cassidy Tompkin, just set that girl every time, would you? Giltner by 1. Hannah Preisler on the serve for the Hornets. And it was a good one. Got BDS on the run. Kamler rolls it over. Opportunity for Tompkin. Off the top of the block. 2 away from taking set 4 are the Giltner Hornets. Timeout BDS. We'll enjoy the sounds of the York City Auditorium. Hannah Preisler still on the serve for Giltner, ready to go. Hornets lead is 2. Late stages, set 4, and it's an ace. Set point coming for Giltner. This set was tied at 18 when BDS took a timeout. Eagles had led by 5 at that before we were tied at 18. Alfs punches one over, misplayed. BDS will have another chance, but still set point for Giltner. Set point number 2 coming. Kaylee Knoll into the front row. And a timeout for Giltner. So Giltner takes their last timeout of the set. Boy, this has been fun tonight. Meridian took care of Exeter Milligan in 3 sets in the third place match. And then BDS jumped all over Giltner 25-9 in set number 1 in this championship match. And it just looked like Giltner didn't necessarily make a ton of mistakes. BDS just played lights out. And I remember the back set from Kamler to Sliva, who caught it on the run and put it down. Like, just everything clicked right for BDS in set 1. Since then, Giltner has absolutely been the equal to the top-ranked Eagles. But it's set point number 2 for Giltner. Sliva on the attack. Watson, great dig. Wisnand on the attack. Overpass, played it to net. Kamler into the net was Alfs, and set 4 belongs to Giltner. We will sprint in the 5th. High quality entertainment. We'll come back to York after this.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Fifth set between BDS and Giltner. These sets have gone like this. For BDS, 25-9, 25-23. For Giltner, 27-25, 25-23. We've gone around the circle and we're back to the black ink on the journalism pen. The sprint to 15 is on. Alfs pushes it to the back row. Watson goes and digs it up. Still alive. Bumped over, free ball, BDS. Alfs from the right side. Kamler from the back row. Mariah Sliva. How about the athleticism on both sides of this one? Alfs. Tompkin in the middle. She's been fantastic and gets another kill. I tell you what, folks, Cassidy Tompkin has had herself a whale of a fourth set, and now she starts off the fifth with a big kill for the Hornets. Sliva all the way across court, off the face of Chrysler. Mariah Sliva not usually with the big swing for the Eagles, but she came through in a big way right there. Reagan Alfs back to serve. Two to one, Giltner. Bolte knocks one over. Tompkin in the middle, just a tip this time. Bolte shoves it into the net, never cleared. That's a point, Giltner. 3-1, Hornets out early in the sprint to 15. Wizenan back to serve for the Hornets. Sliva through the block and down. Dixon, along with Holtzen, into the lineup for BDS. Mariah Sliva on the serve. Big swing, kill goes down for Sydney Jansen. Giltner by two. Cassidy Tompkin, who has been a stud in the late stages of this match, on the serve. Alfs will set it. Kamler goes up top, gets the roll to go. Fiala into the back to serve for BDS. And into the net it goes. Giltner back by two. Giltner on the serve. Ballard to do the honors. Kamler hangs off the block. Still on we go. And a point. Chrysler got it just to the side of Kamler. Well, that feels like a huge point right now. BDS, the defending CRC champs, on the ropes. Kamler into the net. Giltner by four. Timeout, BDS. Did we say that set one, BDS won it 25-9? Dare I say this would be one of the biggest turnarounds. And here I was in set two talking about how we should be mentioning and thinking of this BDS squad as being one of the best in CRC history. Well, you got to win the tournament first. Giltner, though, is giving them all sorts of fits, and Giltner just playing with a ton of confidence right now. And it's BDS the ones that maybe are just a little bit, just a half step unsure of exactly where they want to go. Do we want to just roll with Reagan Alfs? Do we want to just roll with Macy Kamler? Do we want to keep getting a lot of people involved? Mariah Sliv has had a nice game, but not an overpowering game. But also the mistakes have begun to creep up on BDS just a little bit more than Giltner has since set number 3. Kamler from the left side, big swing. Giltner was in the net. Point BDS.
Violation, point BDS. Checking in for Giltner, number 4, Missy Hoffman. Serving for the Lady Eagles, 24, Jordan Bolte.
Bolte on the serve here. In the middle, Jansen gets the tip to go down. 8-4. Jansen now will serve. Bolte back set for Kamler, finds the back corner. That was a big, important point for Macy Kamler and the BDS Eagles. Now Macy will go back to serve. Her team down by 3. Sprint to 15, reminder, here in set 5. Quick set, BDS was ready for it. Oh, they weren't ready for their own set, though. Free ball for Giltner. Wisnan finds are we playing? A lift is called. Not that it hit the floor, but a lift is the call against BDS. Point Giltner, it's now 9-5. Watson on the serve. It's a good one. Alfs just sets it over. Push it to the back row. Kamler is there. Alfs with a chance. Gets a swing and puts it down. Mishit it badly by looking at her face. Reagan's like, yeah, that was not good. But somehow, some way, it's got to find the floor, and it did for Alfs and the Eagles. Down by 3, though, here in set number 5. Free ball from Jansen. Alfs from the left side. Stuffed at the net. She plays it anyway. Tompkin on the slide. Blocked down, straight down on the block. Point Giltner. 10-6 in the sprint to 15. Hannah Preisler on the serve. Bolte keeps that one somehow out of the net. Alf shoves it to the back. Tompkin in the middle. Taylor Sliva kept that one alive. Now we're just shoving it back and forth. Who's going to get the shot? In the net was Tompkin. Tough call. BDS with the point. 10-7. Eagles still trailing. Alfs on the serve. The block comes back. Tompkin, though, will play it off the top of the Eagles, and it goes down. Giltner is 4 away from the upset. Wisnand on the serve again. Alf shoves it back row. Watson got the hand on it. Point BDS. Holtzen and Dixon back into the lineup. Mariah Sliva to serve for BDS. The kill by Jansen. 3 away are the Hornets. Kamler, big swing, touched in the back though. Hornets bump it over. Opportunity for the Eagles. Kamler from the left side goes with a tip, got it down. 12-9. Taryn Fiala, the libero, back into the back to serve for BDS. Drives it to the back. Just a free ball. Opportunity here for the Eagles. Set it for Kamler in the middle. Tip shot. Rolls over the top. Well played by Jansen. On we go. BDS little scramble. Sliva just bumps it over. An opportunity here for Giltner. Tip. That's off the antenna. Point BDS. 2 in a row for the Eagles. Timeout, Giltner. The Hornets have done their best using their timeouts in the 3rd and 4th, and now here in the 5th sets, they're going to try anyway, to use their timeouts not to let BDS make the big run. That's 2 in a row for the Eagles, but you can't let that keep going. Giltner got out to a 5-3 start and then forced a timeout at 7-3 in this set. And this right now at 2 points at 12-10 is the closest BDS has been since then. The Eagles have won 2 straight points, but still need a couple more to climb all the way back. Each team with 1 timeout remaining, but we're running out of serves to try to use them on. Taryn Fiala will serve it for the Eagles. Drives it back and missed it long. 13-10 coming out of the timeout. Kamler off the top, out of bounds. Point BDS. Into the front row for Giltner, or into the lineup, I should say, for Giltner comes Lacey Hoffman. Jordan Bolte on the serve. Another good one all the way to the back. Tompkin just bumps it over, an opportunity for BDS, trailing by 2. Kamler, big swing. Got it up, though, did Hoffman, but into the net. BDS within 1. BDS has won 4 of the last 5 points. They need a couple more, though. Beautiful serve there by Bolte. Alfs from the left. Through the block and down. We're all square at 13. The stuff by Kamler, it's match point Eagles. Bolte on the serve. Not a great one for Honeycutt, an opportunity maybe for BDS. They just get it over, Kamler plays it. On we go. Alfs into the net. Tied at 14. Bonus volleyball in set 5. If we're going to be here for 5, we might as well make it really fun and exciting, right? Jansen on the serve for the Hornets. Kamler in the middle, skyhook. Jansen got to that, though, to keep it alive. Wisnan got it. Match point coming for the Hornets. Timeout, BDS. So if you're BDS and coach Carrie Jo Alfs, serve receive is number 1. And then where do you want to go offensively? Do you want to go Kamler or do you want to go Alfs? On the other side, if you're Giltner coach Jeannie Good, you're expecting a swing. You're expecting a big swing. So how good can this serve be from Sydney Jansen? Can you get BDS out of system on your serve. If you can, well, you got a great opportunity to pull off a fantastic upset here in the CRC finals. Match point for Giltner. Jansen on the serve. Bolte will set it for Alfs. Tip shot off the antenna. On we play. Kamler on the serve. Ooh, that might have been pushing long, but on we go. Big run at it from Wisnand, and into the net she went. And now we're at match point BDS. Tip, missed it wide. BDS is your CRC tournament champions. What a fantastic match we got. From the first set where BDS won 25-9, it seemed for all intents and purposes the Eagles were going to make this a three-setter and we'd be done and out of here and on the road to go home. Giltner had other plans. They had the Eagles actually in a pretty good position of their own in the second set, but let them off the hook. BDS won that one 25-23. Giltner does take control in set three, winning that one 27-25. Then they would make the solid effort, the comeback win in set four, 25-23. In the sprint to 15, remember, Giltner led this thing 10-6. And then BDS, the rest of the way, it's 9-5. The mark of a champion is that even when you don't have your best stuff, even when the other team is giving you their absolute best shot, you find a way to make the plays. Macy Kamler gets a huge kill to make it 16-15. And then just missing wide on a tip attempt was Amanda Wisnand. And that proved to be the 17-15 final score of set number 5. So fantastic job by both of these squads. Giltner Hornets are going to be CRC tournament runners-up. Wisnand will come, or Cindy Jansen will come over for the plaque and the medals.
2019 Crossroads Conference Championship winners, the BDS
And the Lady Eagles are tournament champions of the CRC once again.
Let's hear it one more time for a great match for everyone.
Fantastic stuff by all of the teams here tonight. We will see you again in January for the CRC basketball finals on that final Friday there in January. Looking forward to that. Want to say a huge thank you to my brother Aaron, running camera for us tonight, and as always, the hospitality of the York City Auditorium. Truly one of our favorite places to come and broadcast from every single year. Congratulations, BDS, your 2019 CRC Volleyball Tournament champions. My name is Eric Algan. We will say good night from York.